Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Today we have a special knife review. This time it's about the CRKT Provoke. This one. So where is the knife? It's in my hand. What is so special about this? Well, this! Isn't that magic? I love knives with crazy mechanisms, and I have quite a few in my collection. I've been collecting folding knives for more than 40 years now, I guess. And CRKT always did great, with things like this. So for example, here we have the Van Hoy Snaplock. I think I own this for like 15 years or something. It looks funny, and it is kind of funny, because the mechanism is truly crazy. Since how you open it is, you push this lever here, like so, and then you can swing it out, like so. I think it has been winning a lot of prizes back then, because it's a completely different knife. And I think it looks very pretty, like very mechanical, almost a little bit steampunkish. It's a very light knife. And it has its uses. It's not the most solid knife in the world, but I love it because it's so special. But the Provoke is really something special. You have these levers here that makes the blade spinning, and I think in the end there's a magnet, or maybe it's a spring, I don't know. As you see, you kind of snap it forward like so, and then it locks, and then you have this little lever here that you need to push upwards, and then you can swing it back. The magic of the knife really is that, you can swing it out with the flick of your thumb, like so. That is really cool. I like it. And it's of course a Karambit. I like Karambit knives just because I think they're the most badass knives on the planet. So I have a deep love for them. Actually, it sits comfortably in the hand, so it's really cool. And the hole is even big enough for my meaty index finger here. So I love that. And but of course there's two issues that I have with the knife, and one issue we can probably fix. At least we'll give it a try. First thing is, this is actually the belt hook, and the way how it's supposed to work is you press on this little thing here on the end of it, and then it swings up. Not sure if you can see it. My problem is it doesn't swing up wide enough. I mean, for like a decent jeans pocket, this doesn't swing out wide enough. So I think it's pretty much useless, but looks fancy. Next issue that I have with this, and that's more serious, is the lock. See, you have this tiny little lever here. And this lever is not easy to grab. You actually have to press on it, and then you can swing it back. I hate it because you can't do this just with one hand. So no matter what I try, it's kind of very hard to do it. So for closing the knife, you need both hands. And what I want to do is, I want to make it, getting back as easily as I can open it. And then I want to be able to swing it back. But it doesn't work. So my idea is to really take this lever here and then drill through here and put some kind of button here that makes me pushing this in, so I can just use a finger from the outside to push it down. First we have to disassemble the knife to do that. It wasn't very easy, but now we got the blade out. This screw actually did not want to open, so I had to remove it from the other side. And this is actually the part that we're talking about. It's actually in this ring here, which is secured by this, I don't know the English word for it. In Germany it's called Sprengring, which I hate because it's very complicated to take those out. But I managed to in the end. And this part is actually spring loaded. The spring is in here, you can see it. And now the idea is to actually drill a hole into this here and then put a thread into it so that we can actually then install a screw. I just completed it. And if you look closely, you can see that I've built actually a small little lever here. Here it is. That if I push on it, this thing unlocks. See? Very easy. Okay, this piece here, where you normally push on, is hardened steel. So I couldn't drill it. I actually had to use my Dremel tool and cut a little slot into it and then attach this steel spring. Okay. And then attach the steel spring, and at the top of the steel spring I had to attach a little bit of aluminum. So very hard to do without professional equipment. But as you see, I think I really enhanced it. Actually, I like it a lot better now, but still love that magic moment. And now, of course, I have to practice this a little bit more, but I have a whole evening in front of the television to do that. As promised, I played with it in front of the television yesterday, and I have to say I figured out a great way how to use this new little invention of mine. First of all, what I did is I checkered the button a little bit so that it looks nicer and also gives you more grip. And again, this is how it looks like when you open it. I no longer have to put my finger in here and push it up, which was very awkward and slow. Now this button is all I need. So, the new fast closing pin for the CRKT Provoke. Let me show you its features. As I said, I love that the knife can be opened very quickly, like so. I love that feature. But closing it is very awkward normally. But no longer, because look what I can now do. Magic? No, just this little push button. This has the same fascination as, if you can master one of these butterfly knives. I can't really do that very quickly. But I can do that. Because I can open it, I swing it up, I close it again. I open it, I swing it up, I close it again. It's that simple. And I think it's one of the few knives on the market that can do that. I love that feature. Now, a lot of you guys will now say if you hold the knife hard, then it will close down on your fingers. Not the case with the Provoke. Because first of all, this is not a normal folding knife. This cannot close around your fingers because it actually closes the other way. Second, you can't do that because if you hold it, the harder you hold it, yes, you can probably manage to push the button. But then what? It cannot close anyway because you're holding it firmly in your hand, preventing it from closing. And even if it would close, there's no harm because your fingers are not in the way of the blade. So this is actually, on this knife, it's not any danger at all. It simply makes it super easy to close the knife so you can put it away. How fast is it? Well, I'll try to do this 10 times in a row, and as I said, I haven't really practiced more than one night in front of the television with a couple of beers. Okay, here we go. Was that 10? I hope so. So my verdict on this knife. Well, now that I've figured out how to close it, I really love it and it's one of my favorites. It still has a few weak points. First of all, I still don't like that clip because it's just not opening wide enough for my pocket. So that part I still don't like. It's kind of hard. Second is, this Sprengring or whatever it's called in the English language. Too lazy to check it out. I think it's bad because when you disassemble it, I think you will always scratch the knife because it's anodized aluminum and that is actually very, very vulnerable. But you can't get this ring out without, kind of damaging it a little bit, just the surface. So that is a part that I don't like as well. Other than that, it's D2 steel, it's reasonably sharp. It has this great opening feature and now it also has this great closing feature. Therefore, my overall verdict is I love that knife and I hope that it's going to be available for a little bit longer because I saw that's actually not so easy to get. Seems like it's sold out in most places anyway. So I put the links down there for you, but maybe you have to look on eBay or wherever you can find that knife. So I hope you like this because that's it for today. Thanks and bye-bye. Okay, one more time.